Hi, I'm Travis, and I'm the inventor of the ChordBuddy. The ChordBuddy is the most revolutionary teaching and guitar learning system ever invented, and I want to be the first one to welcome you to, or welcome you back, to the wonderful world of music. I've been playing the guitar for roughly 40 years, and I wish one thing for you, and that is the joy and pleasure that I have gotten from music. Music has been my friend for many, many years, and I wish it to be your friend too. I want to talk a little bit about ChordBuddy and some things that we'll be covering today on this DVD. This is a companion that the DVD goes along with the 2-month lesson plan. But before we get into that, just a few housekeeping things here. Go to ChordBuddy.com, www.ChordBuddy, ChordBuddy.com. Please join that. Also join the Facebook, the MySpace, all of our blogs, chat rooms. Take full advantage of everything that ChordBuddy has to offer, because there's a lot to learning to play the guitar, and there's a lot of fun and a lot of work too. But we're going to make it all fun. That's the purpose of the ChordBuddy and music, is to have fun. And let's face it, everyone picks up the guitar for one reason, and that's to make music. And ChordBuddy will allow you to do that today. You will actually be playing music in just a few minutes from now. So also, I want to talk about the metronome, and we'll get to that in just a minute. But, you know, the next generation of great guitar players, B.B. King and all those guys, Eddie Van Halen, they all started somewhere. And ChordBuddy is going to be the new thing that everyone learns the guitar with. And you know what? You might very well be the next great guitar player. And at least I hope so. All right, so we want to talk about the importance of rhythm and timing. One thing that most music teachers overlook in the beginning is rhythm and timing. And without proper rhythm of your right hand, if you're right-handed that is, it doesn't matter how well you make a chord. If you can't play in beat and time with the music, you're useless to the band. You're useless to yourself, because everything is out of time. And that is why we use what's called a metronome. This is actually a Boss metronome. I'm not advocating to go out and buy a Boss. We do sell metronomes at ChordBuddy.com. But I just want to demonstrate real quick what a metronome sounds like and how you use it. This is set up, when I mash it, you'll hear it. A measure has 4 beats in it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's quarter notes. If you're playing eighth notes, it will be 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and. And that's 8 beats if you're playing eighth notes. But this is set up for quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's how we'll be playing our first songs, is I will play with the metronome and you will strum to each click. And if you notice, the first beat of the metronome was accented. And that's on purpose, because that lets you know where the 1 beat is. And you always, in most songs, you will come in on the 1. Okay? So that's the importance of the metronome. Tuning is another very, very important issue, and I cannot stress tuning enough. Here is an electronic tuner that's clipped onto the guitar. Electronic tuners have gotten so cheap, you can buy them anywhere from $5 up to $29 or $39. And we sell several of them at ChordBuddy.com. But it's important to play in tune. I have taught so many kids and adults whose Uncle Jim Bob or whoever tuned it at the last family reunion, and that kid started training his ear that out of tune was in tune. And he played so long with it out of tune that we had to retrain his ear. So that's very important. Every time you pick up your guitar to practice, make sure it is in tune. Let's go to practice now. Practicing is something, without practice, ChordBuddy will do you no good. Nothing will do you any good if you don't practice. Whether you're a professional athlete or you are shooting pool or shooting basketball or doing mathematics or spelling, you have to practice. And I recommend at least 30 minutes a day of practice time. I've been playing guitar, dobro, fiddle, and banjo for 40 years. I still practice an hour to 2 hours a day. After 40 years, I still get up in the morning and practice. I have my time away from my family and children where they know that is my practice time. And I suggest that you do the exact same thing. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the course material now. Steve Eccles actually helped me write this material, and he is a national certified music educator. So whether you're learning this in school or you're learning it at home, this material will take you about 2 months. And when I say about 2 months, if you play an hour a day with this material, it will take you roughly 60 days to get through everything. Now, you may be a Speedy Gonzales and be able to finish it in 30 days, or you may go at a slower pace and can only put 30 minutes in it a day, and in that case, it may take you 3 or 4 months. The point being, I don't care if it takes you 6 months. Take it slow. Understand everything that we're saying and everything we're doing, because you don't want to have to go back and say, man, I didn't get that, and be lost later when we start actually learning how to make the chords yourself and we start removing the tabs off the ChordBuddy. So don't be in a hurry. Take everything slow, get your rhythm and timing down, learn the independence with each button of the ChordBuddy, and I'll go over that with you in just a minute. So I've covered some basics here, and the main thing, y'all, have fun, and we're fixing to go, and I'm going to show you how the ChordBuddy works. Well, we've got the ChordBuddy out of the package now, and you can take yours out if you want to. Go ahead and take it out. I just want to go over the parts of it with you and get some lingo, so to speak, down. As you'll notice, there's a blue tab right here. The blue tab plays the chord G. The red tab plays the chord D. And let me back up. You will use your pinky to play the blue tab. You will use your ring finger to play the red tab. You will use your middle finger or second finger, whatever you prefer to call it, to play the green tab, and that is the C tab. All right? You will use your first finger or your index finger to play the yellow tab, and that is the E minor or the 6 minor. And we will refer to it both ways, E minor and the 6 minor. When we get into our music theory part on the DVD, we'll explain more about what 6 minor, 4, 5, 1, and all that means in music. But so anyway, pinky plays the blue one, that's a G. Ring finger plays the red one, and that is a D chord. Middle finger plays the green one, that's a C chord. Index finger plays the yellow one, that is an E minor chord. All right, right here, thumb screw, this is what tightens this collar to the side of the neck of the guitar. That holds it in place, keeps it from moving around, sliding around. All right, I'm going to actually turn it over now, show you the bottom side of the ChordBuddy and show you the little booties or footies, whatever you want to call them, that goes on the fingers that come in contact with the string. All right, these little black booties right here, and they're 2 different sizes. From the factory, ChordBuddy comes set up for the standard guitar. Now, what in the world is standard? I'm been playing guitar for 40 years, and I've probably played 2,000 or 3,000 guitars, and not one of them plays the same. Although they say they're set up standard, they all play different. So, from the factory, ChordBuddy is set up to play on a standard guitar. Now, yours may not play exactly right, or it may play perfect out of the box. That's why we have different size booties. We have a 1 millimeter and we have a 2 millimeter. This one right here doesn't even have a booty on it. It didn't need it. So you can adjust for 3 heights: none, 1 millimeter, and 2 millimeter. if you need to take one off or put it on, just how easy that is. Just wiggle it and pull it off, and it comes off. And then if you need to put it back on, just press it back on. It's that simple. There's nothing to it. And you may need to adjust those, you know, to the string height of your guitar. All right, so we're going to go now and we're going to actually put it on the guitar, show you how to put it on your guitar, and then we're going to get to playing your first song. Before we put the ChordBuddy on, one thing I did forget, on the underside here, there's a little rib that runs on both of these clamps. And I'm going to try to tilt it just so maybe the camera will catch it a little bit better. This is what goes on the neck of the guitar. This rests on top of the neck of the guitar, right underneath the strings on the very edge of the guitar. That's important. And the back end of this little rib backs up to the nut. And the nut is what the strings ride over. Okay? The strings ride over the nut, and it's usually an ivory or it's either plastic, but it's usually white colored, an off-white color. And so it butts up to the back of that, okay? So that's an important little thing there. Now we're going to actually put the ChordBuddy on the guitar. What you want to do, you want to put it on this way and just rock it over. And then what it will do, it will just slide right down on it. Make sure the ribs are on top of the fretboard and slide it back. I'm going to slide it forward a little bit. These rubber pads are sort of sticky. Now that's the perfect position right there. Okay? Then hold it with your right hand and tighten the nut. All right? Don't tighten it, don't break the neck of your guitar. Don't just get it snug and it will hold in place. See? It's good and sturdy right there. And then pull the guitar up, and my friend, you are ready to make some music. All you do is press down and strum. That's how easy you make a G chord. If you don't have an electronic tuner yet, but I strongly suggest you go to your local music store and purchase one, or either you go to ChordBuddy.com and buy one off our website. If you don't have one yet, I want to play each string and just use your ear and try to match your strings up with mine. Okay, the bottom string is an open E. The second string is a B. The third string is a G. The fourth string is a D. The fifth string is an A. And the top string, the last string, the largest string, is another E. So your bottom and top strings are both E's. They should be in unison together. All right. So what I want to run through now is, earlier when I was holding the ChordBuddy, I was telling you what fingers you use, and I'm going to do that again right now while I'm strumming. The pinky plays the blue tab. I'm pulling my fingers down to get them out of the way. You will not play it this way. You will actually play it with your fingers up, but just for sake of showing it, I'm pulling my fingers down. Pinky plays the G tab, and you play all 6 strings. The ring finger plays the D, and you play the bottom 4 strings. The middle finger plays the C chord, and you play the bottom 5. And then the E minor is played with the index finger, and you play all 6. Okay, now I want to go over the first pattern with you. I'm going to start the metronome. We talked about that earlier too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Play each chord 4 times, starting on the 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1. Reverse it, back to the middle, 2, 3, 4. Ring, 2, 3, 4. G, pinky, 3, 4. Okay. So, I want you to stop the DVD right now, and I want you to just take some time and experiment with your timing, playing 1, 2, 3, 4. Go through all your progressions. You don't have to go in order, by the way. You can change it around. You can go from G, 1, 2, to green, 1, 2, back to G, and then to D. Then back to G, to C, middle finger, back to G, first finger, E minor, then to your D, ring finger, and back to G. So the important thing here is just to experiment. Get used to your fingers playing and working independently of each other, and we'll see you in the next segment. Well, all right, that was fun, wasn't it? You kind of getting your fingers working on the different strings of the ChordBuddy. One thing I forgot to mention, I want to show you how to hold the pick. The way that I teach my students is actually just do your finger like you're just squeezing a trigger there on a toy gun. Lay your pick just like that, and then lay your thumb over it. And that's exactly how you hold a pick. A lot of people hold them like that. That's a no-no. We do not hold the pick like that. So squeeze your finger just like you're squeezing a trigger, lay your thumb on it, and then that's exactly how I want you to strum, okay? It will feel just a grunt odd to start with, but you'll get used to it. And once you learn it, then you can sort of loosen it up a little bit. Instead of going like that, you can actually loosen it up to there, okay? Well, we're going to go to Tom Dooley, and that's our first song, and I hope you're excited about it. One thing I wanted to mention before we do that, if you have a physical disability, arthritis, or you don't have a digit or something on your left hand, and for whatever reason you can't use all 4 fingers, don't worry about it. I mean, you can play the ChordBuddy like that. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can play it over, you can lay the guitar down and play it like a steel guitar and just mash them. So, you know, ever how you have to do it, do it. The main reason why I'm showing this way is the ChordBuddy is used as a bridge to going from using the ChordBuddy to not using the ChordBuddy. And so I want to let you gain some independence of your fingers. So when you start making your chords for real, you've already got some independence going, some muscle memory happening there, some coordination. All right, we're going to do Tom Dooley right now, and I'm going to start the metronome. It's important that you play with the metronome. That way you learn your timing. You don't speed or rush. I've got it set to 80. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lay down your head, Tom Dooley. Lay down your head and cry. Lay down your head, Tom Dooley. Poor boy, you're bound to die. Okay? So, I hope you played along with me there. If you didn't, back it up and play it again. And that's just how easy your first song has been. We will learn some different picking patterns. That's actually called the quarter strum pattern, and that's in your book, and you can follow along with that. So I'm going to speed it up now, just a little bit faster, and we're going to play it now at 95, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lay down your head, Tom Dooley. Lay down your head and cry. Lay down your won't you die? Very good, very good. By the way, as you've noticed, I'm not a singer. So don't let that detour you. Karaoke's world full of people that's not singers either. So, hey, it's fun. That's why we do it. All right, we're going to go on to now a 3/4 timing song, which is also called a waltz time. In just a minute. Well, all right, that was fun, wasn't it? We're going to go on to song 2 now. And song 2 is Oh My Darling Clementine, and it is a 3/4 song. What is 3/4 time? 3/4 time is more commonly called waltz time. And where the previous song, Tom Dooley, we had 4 beats per the measure, in 3/4 time you only have 3 beats per measure. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And typically the 1 is accented. So if I'm strumming this, I'm going to accent the 1. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So now I'm going to start the metronome at 80, and I've got it set to 3/4 time. And we're going to do Oh My Darling Clementine. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever. I am sorry, Clementine. One more time. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever. I am sorry, Clementine. Okay, and that was at 80 beats per minute. Now we're going to go up to 95 beats per minute. And by the way, back this up as many times as you need to and play with it over and over, okay? So we're at 95 beats per minute. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever. I am sorry, Clementine. One more time. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever. I am sorry, Clementine. That's fun, isn't it? Hey, it's fun for me, and I've been playing guitar for 40 years, and I still love playing the ChordBuddy. Well, all right, we're 3 songs in here, and we're going to introduce the pick strum technique on top of Old Smokey. And it is, let me show you what it is first. All the pick strum technique is you pick the root note of the chord that you're playing. In this case, it's a G. Pick the 6th string, and then strum the bottom 5. Pick, strum, strum, pick, strum, strum. So you're picking a single note, and then you're strumming twice. And that is on a 3/4 time song. If we're doing 4/4, it would be pick, strum, and we'll go over that in just a minute. So we're going to do on top of Old Smokey. It actually is in the key of G, but its first chord is the chord C. Okay, so be prepared for that. Be ready to, and we haven't played a C yet, so this will be the first time playing the C, and that's why we did it first, so you can start off with it, okay? So be ready to mash down the green tab, which is the C tab, with your middle finger, okay? And you're going to pick the 5th string and strum the bottom 4, okay? That's how that works. On the D, you're going to pick the 4th string from the bottom and strum the bottom 3. 1, 2, 3. On top of Old Smokey, all covered with snow. I lost my true lover from courting too slow. Let's do it again. Pick strum on top of old Smokey, all covered with snow. I lost my true lover from courting too slow. Okay, that's on top of Old Smokey, and we were using the pick strum technique. Just to recap that before we stop, go to the next song. You want to pick on a C chord, middle finger, green tab, pick the 5th string and strum the bottom 4. Pick the 5th string, strum the bottom 4. That's for the C. For the G, pick the 6th string and strum the bottom 5. For the D, pick the 4th string and strum the bottom 3. Okay, so that's the pick strum technique. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. On top of Old Smokey, all covered with snow. I lost my true lover from courting too slow. Let's do it again. On top of Old Smokey, all covered with snow. I lost my true lover from courting too slow. Okay, that was at 1:15. All right, we're going to learn what's called the alternating pick strum method. Let me explain what it is. If you remember, we did the pick strum method on the song before, and that's where you pick the root and strum. Okay, we're actually going to do a 4/4 timing song now, which our initial 4/4 timing was 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the alternating pick strum, you actually pick the root note, and then you're going to pick the 4th string open, which is a D note, but it's the 5th note of the G scale. Some of this stuff, I'm just going to tell you, may be confusing to you right now. Just listen to it, absorb it. It will make sense eventually to you. So I'm going to repeat what I just said. On the alternating pick strum technique, you pick the root, which is a G note for the G chord, and strum. And then you're going to pick the open 4th string, which is a D note. A D note is the 5th note of a G scale, and then you strum. So let me play it. Root, 4th string open. Root, 4th string open. 6th string, 4th string. Pick, strum, pick, strum. So what you're doing there, if a bass guitar was playing with us right now, the bass guitar's job in the band is to play the 1st and the 5th note of the scale of the chord that you're playing. So the bass guitar would be going boom, 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 boom. See, that's the root and then the 5th note. So G note, D note, G note, D note. We don't have a bass guitar, so we are our bass guitar. We're playing the bass guitar part in our rhythm. So I'll do it again. As you see, that's a lot more exciting than just the pick strum technique, which is root, root. So you're just keeping it all the same. When you go to the alternating pick strum, it adds a little bit more excitement to it because you actually start playing what the bass guitar would play. See? Okay, so on the song Johnny Cash's Ring of Fire, we will be using the alternating pick strum technique. All right, welcome back to the fourth song. And this is actually, believe it or not, I didn't know that. And that is why I'm telling you, why it's in this book and on the DVD. Ring of Fire by Johnny Cash is actually the most popular country song ever written and recorded. I wouldn't have thought that, but it is. And as you notice, I got on some specs here, 48-year-old eyes here, so I've had to put them on in the break there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring, bound by wild desire. I fell into a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. It went down, 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 and the flames went higher, and it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. What I want to explain now is I want to explain each chord and what notes that you pick and strum for the alternating pick strum technique. So let me show you the G again. You pick the 6th string and strum, then the open 4th string and strum. For the C chord, it's the only one that's a little different. Actually, the C chord uses the root and the 3rd, which the 3rd note in the C scale is E. So the G was the 1 and the 5. That was the alternating bass line. C on the ChordBuddy is the 1 and the 3. So you actually pick the 5th string, that's a C note, strum the bottom 4. Then you pick the 4th string, which is an E note, and then strum the bottom 3. Now on to the D chord. This goes back to the 1-5 again. You pick the 4th string open, strum the bottom 3, then you pick the 5th string open, which is an A note, and strum the bottom 4. So back to the D, 4th string open, 5th, 4th, 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right, I'm going to jump ahead just a second now, and we haven't seen the E minor yet, but I want to go ahead and go to it since I'm explaining the alternating pick strum technique. On the E minor, you play it with the index finger. You pick the 6th string, strum the bottom 5. Okay, the alternate part of this is you pick the 5th string and strum the bottom 4. So I'll play it now in sequence. 6, 5. So what you're doing here is when you're picking the open 6th string, that's an E note, which is the root of E. And then when you're playing the 5th string and mashing the button there, that's a B note, which is the 5th tone. Okay? I love the E minor chord. It sounds cool to me. Okay, so that explains the alternating pick strum technique for G, C, D, and E minor. Well, we're on to the next song now. It's actually one of the legendary songs of pop and rock. It's a Beatles tune called Let It Be. And I'm going to demonstrate this song using two strumming techniques. The first one will be the alternating pick technique, which utilizes the root, strum, and then the fifth of the scale strum. So root, strum, fifth, strum. That's the alternating technique. We actually learned it in the song before. Now, having said that, you don't have to use the pick alternating technique. You can use just the pick strum technique. If the alternating strum you don't have down yet, that's the alternating strum. If you don't have it down yet, just do the pick strum technique. Root, root, see? So, you know, if you don't have it down, just use the simpler strumming technique. Then we're going to go to a more complicated pattern, and that'll be the most complicated one that we'll do on this DVD and in the book, but it's called the pop rhythm. And it's the strumming technique that is used on a ton of popular pop music, rock and roll, and even some country these days. Okay, we're going to do Let It Be using the alternating pick strum technique. We always start our metronome. Our metronome is on 125. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, singing words of wisdom. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be, Lord, let it be. Singing words of wisdom, let it be. Okay? So that was Let It Be. One thing we added there, and I didn't say it at the beginning of the song, but we introduced our E minor to the mix of things, and that's our fourth chord. It is the sixth tone in a G scale, and that's why it is the E minor. If you start with G, G, A, B, C, D, and E. See, E is the sixth tone in the key of the scale of G. So we introduced it. So I'm going to play it one more time using this technique, the pick strum technique. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, singing words of wisdom. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be, Lord, let it be. Singing words of wisdom, let it be. Now, if you'll notice, I did something at the end of the song there I haven't done before. I did a run. I went. That is a C to G run, because we're playing a C chord. And that is in the book. I did that, wanted to show you that, because with ChordBuddy you can do all kinds of runs. You don't just have to strum chords. You can pick songs out using ChordBuddy. And you can play all kinds of runs. You can do what's called hammer-on. Since we're doing an E minor, I'll show you an E minor hammer-on real quick. You actually pick the fifth string and then mash the button. See? That's called a hammer-on. The hammer-on, what you're really doing is you're picking a note, then you're hammering on, and you're getting two notes from one pick. That's why it's called a hammer-on. Okay? Now we're going to talk about the pop strum. The pop strum, and I'm just going to play it and do it real slow before we do it with the song, and I'll play it over a G chord. You do down, down, up, up, down, up. Down, down, up, up, down, up. Down, down, up, down, up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to back the metronome back up. We're going to get it on about 95. 1, 2, 3, 4. You just play along with me. Down, down, up, up, down, up. I'll warn you, this rhythm here is not the easiest in the world. It will take you a few days or maybe even a week to really get comfortable, because what you're doing there in the middle is you're actually skipping a beat. So you're doing down, down, up. What you're playing on a 1, 2, 3, 4 measure. You're playing the 1, the 2, and then you're doing the and of 2. Like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You're doing the 1, 2, and you're skipping the 3 and playing the and of 3, the 4, and then the and of 4. I know, I'm with you. That sounds very confusing. Again, trust me, roll with me here. Just do it, and then it will start making sense to you. And then all of a sudden, I'll say it with my students, you'll have an aha moment where you go, aha, that's what he's talking about. So, just get the pattern down. Get some muscle memory going here. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And now I'll play Let It Be. Let me go back up to 125. And I'll play Let It Be with the pop strum rhythm. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it? When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, singing words of wisdom. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be, Lord, let it be. Singing words of wisdom, let it be. Again. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, singing words of wisdom. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be, Lord, let it be. Singing words of wisdom, let it be. And that is the pop strum technique, and it is a down, down, up, down, up pattern. Okay, we're to the last song of the lesson plan, and that's actually a Van Morrison song, who's actually still out playing. I heard on the radio the other day, I was passing through a town, they said Van Morrison had played in Birmingham, Alabama the night before. I didn't even know he was still out, but he still is. That's good to hear. But Brown Eyed Girl, one of the most popular pop songs ever written, I guess. And it actually utilizes the pop strum technique that we touched on in Let It Be. And I'm just going to go over it again real quick. It's a down, down, up, down, up. Up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay? And it just repeats over and over. So we're going to turn the metronome on, and I'm going to sing through one verse of Brown Eyed Girl. Again, thanks for putting up with my singing. I know I'm not a singer, but anyway, we'll get by. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, where did we go? Days when the rains came down in a hollow, playing a new game. Laughing and a running, hey, hey, skipping and a jumping in the misty morning fog. Oh, my heart was pumping in you, my brown-eyed girl. You, my brown-eyed girl. And and naturally the song goes on and does the sha la 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 la, but you can get that in the book. And but that gets you through and just shows you how the pop strum works on Brown Eyed Girl. All right, the next segment, play over this a little while, get used to it, go to the book, refer back to it. But what we're going to do next is we're going to start removing the tabs, and I'll talk more of that in just a minute. Well, all right, we are to the most important part of why ChordBuddy came into existence, and that is the removal of the tabs, and you will start playing chords yourself and using ChordBuddy too. So the first chord we're going to make is a D chord, and you're going to actually make D yourself, and you're going to use the tabs to play your other chords right now. You know, I didn't talk about this earlier, and it's a good time to bring it up, I guess. You know, 6 out of 10 people quit playing the guitar from frustration. They get so frustrated in learning, and I've been teaching for 30 years, and I've had this idea for 25. I've had hundreds and hundreds of kids and adults alike be so excited to learn the guitar, and then before 2 months is up, and that's why we have a 2-month course here, they get frustrated. They hit, I call it the river of frustration, and they drowned in it. Because you have to learn 3 and 4 chords just to play a song, and that's pretty hard to do. I mean, I'll say myself, when you're trying to learn how to strum with your right hand, and you're trying to learn how to make the chords and keep them from buzzing and muting out and all that, it can be very frustrating, and that's why ChordBuddy came into existence. But anyway, hopefully with this product, and I know without a doubt that it will get you over the river of frustration. ChordBuddy will be the bridge for that. So anyway, let's remove our first tab, and it is your D tab. So all you're going to do is lay it down flat in your lap, push down with your thumb the E, the C, and the G. So you just push them down and get them out of the way. Lift the D up slightly and pull it out. That's all there is to it. Just literally lift it up a little bit and pull it out. It pulls right out. Set it down. And now I'm going to ask you to refer back to the book and see the way you finger a D chord. And I'm going to make it for you. You see this little tunnel right there? Well, your first finger goes right underneath that little tunnel. And then your middle finger goes on the bottom string, 2nd fret. And then your ring finger goes on your 2nd string, 3rd fret. So let's recap that. Your index finger goes on the 1, 2, 3, 3rd string, right under the tunnel. The middle finger, or 2nd finger, goes on the 2nd fret, 1st string. And then your ring finger goes on the 3rd fret, 2nd string. And then you strum the bottom 4. And that's a D chord. Okay, so you're going to have to make this a few times. Take your fingers off and then put them back on and make it again. Take them off and make it again. Okay, now the first thing I want you to do is I want you to play the D chord 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then with your pinky match the G. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then make the D chord again. 1, 2, 3, 4. With your pinky come up, match the G. Okay? And that is your first pattern for Tom Dooley. So we're going to go back to the first song we did, and we're going to play Tom Dooley with you making the D chord for yourself. Start off with your G, and I'll start we're back on 80 again. I'm doing it slow. 2, 3, 4. 2, 4. Lay down your head, Tom Dooley. Lay down your head and cry. Lay down your head, Tom Dooley. Poor boy, you're bound to die. Keep it going. Lay you can also do Oh My Darling Clementine with that same, because it's only a 2-chord song, so you'll start off, oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, I am sorry Clementine. One more time, pick, strum, strum. We're going to do your pick strum technique on this song. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, I am sorry Clementine. All right, and that is the 2 songs, pick strum, strum, and just the quarter note pattern, all downstrokes, when you're making the D chord yourself. Well, good, you're back, and I know you've had a little time to work on your D chord, and I hope that's working well for you. I'm sure it is. It just takes a little practice, you know. The thing with anything, as I mentioned at the beginning of the DVD, whether it's mathematics, spelling, or pool shooting, or whatever, it doesn't matter, it's sports, you have to practice, and you need to at least be practicing 30 minutes a day. Okay, if you notice here, I've got another tab removed. I have removed the C tab. So that's the second tab that you remove. And the song we'll do there is the first song that used 3 chords earlier on the DVD and in the book, and that's On Top of Old Smokey. Let me explain the C chord, and you can get your book out and you can look at how to make a C chord. Your first finger, your index finger, you come over this little area here on the ChordBuddy. See, it's got a little indentation, and that's so your finger can come over that. So on the 2nd string, 1st fret, and then you put your middle finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret, and then your ring finger, and as you'll notice, there's a little room here. We left just enough room to get your finger in right there. And then your ring finger goes on the 5th string, 3rd fret. So let's recap that. 2nd string, 1st fret, 4th string, 2nd fret, 5th string, 3rd fret. And then you strum from the 5th string down. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. On top of old Smokey, all covered with snow, I lost my true lover from courting too slow. Okay, let's speed it up now. Let's stop this. We're on 95. Let's go up to 115. And let's start it again. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. On top of old Smokey, all covered with snow, I lost my true lover from courting too slow. One more time. On top of old Smokey, all covered with snow, I lost my true lover from courting too slow. Good, very good. Okay, now take a little time and learn to make the C chord. Get very good at going from C to D and G, still using the tab for your G. And when we come back, we're going to remove the G tab. All right, we're to removing another tab now. So I know some time has passed. You've had a few days to work on your D, and you've had some more time to work on your C, so you've gotten it down. Now it's time to play the G chord. All right, so all you do to remove the G, and this is about as simple as it can get, is you pull it out. That's it, okay? So pull the G out, lay it to the side. Let me explain how to make a G chord. You will start from the top string and go down. Your ring finger goes on the 3rd fret top string. Your middle finger goes on the 5th string, 2nd fret. And your pinky goes on the bottom string, the smallest string, in the 3rd fret. And you strum all 6. That is a G. So let me do that one more time. Your ring finger goes on the 3rd fret, 6th string. Your middle finger or 2nd finger goes on the 5th string, 2nd fret. And your pinky goes on the 3rd fret, bottom string. And I may have said 2nd fret right there if I meant 3rd fret. So 3rd fret, top string, 2nd fret, 5th string, little string, or 1st string in the 3rd fret. And you strum all 6. So what we're going to do for this song, we're going to do the Beatles song, Let It Be Again. 1, 2, 1, 2. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, singing words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, Lord, let it be. Singing words of wisdom, let it be. All right, so that's Let It Be, and now you're making the G, the C, and the D yourself. So spend some time with that song. Hey, your songbook that comes with ChordBuddy has 100 songs in it. Every song works with ChordBuddy. So if you're tired of playing these songs, and you may be by now, if you hadn't jumped ahead of me, go ahead and get the songbook out, look through them, find some of your favorite songs and start playing those. You don't have to just play the songs that we've already played over and over. So go ahead and experiment and widen your horizon, your musical horizon there, and open the book and get into that. When we come back, we're going to remove the E minor, and then we'll talk about life without the ChordBuddy. Well, all right. I hope and trust that the G chord went well for you. That's a fun chord to play. All right, we are to the last tab removal, and that is the lonely E minor. Doesn't he look lonely sitting up there all by himself? Oh, but you fixing to go away too, boy. All right, all you do for the E minor to remove it, and you know that already, is just pull it out, and it comes straight out. And we're going to do the Van Morrison song as soon as I show you how to play an E minor. Now you're making all 4 chords yourself. The E minor chord, your middle finger plays the 5th string on the 2nd fret. And you're going to then put your ring finger, or the 3rd finger, right beneath it, but just a little forward, because it's kind of hard to stack them up evenly. So just right down beside it, just sort of pull it right down beside it on the 4th string, 2nd fret. So both strings, the 5th and 4th string, are mashed down in the 2nd fret. And that's your E minor, okay? So now we're going to do Brown Eyed Girl. And we'll use our pop rhythm for this. And remember, that was down, down, up, up, down, up. Okay, so let me start the metronome. Down, down, up. Hey, where did we go? Days when the rains came. Down in a hollow, playing a new game. Laughing and a running, hey, hey. Skipping and a jumping. my brown-eyed girl. You, my brown-eyed girl. Congratulations. You have gone in basically a 2-month time frame from using the ChordBuddy entirely to saying bye-bye to it. And I'm proud of you. It's going to take some work. Your work's not over with yet. So practice these songs. Go in the book and pick out your favorite songs and start playing those. And you can also, if you want to go to some other keys, ChordBuddy has the key of C, the key of D, the key of A, and the key of E. So you can buy those keys and you can start the whole process over again. Some of the chords you will already know. For instance, in the key of D, it uses the D chord and the G chord. So you only have to learn 2 new chords for the key of D. So anyway, have some fun with it, y'all. It's all about fun. Please practice about 30 minutes a day minimum. And I'm going to come back in just a minute. We'll talk a little bit about music theory. All right, I want to explain a little bit about basic music theory to you. But before I get into that, I want to talk to you about making your chords. I'm sure you've had roughly a month now of making the D, then the C, the G, and E minor. And I know you had what I call some clunkers or some thudders, where instead of it sounding clear, it sounded maybe like that. Please, please do not let that discourage you. I know with the ChordBuddy, they all sounded clean and clear, and then when you started making them yourself, maybe it was up, maybe a little thuddy like that. That happens to everybody. Don't worry about it. The prime thing to remember and main thing is where your fingers go. The clarity will come. I promise you it will. As your fingers get more strength in them and as you gain confidence in knowing where to go, your chords will become just as clear as that. So please don't let that frustrate you. Okay, a little bit about basic music chord theory. A chord is made up of at least 3 notes. And that's called a triad. A triad. Tri meaning 3. And I made this up myself, but it works and I can remember it. Tri means 3. Triad. Add means put them together. Playing 3 notes at one time makes a chord. That helped me remember it. A chord is made up of 3 notes. That is called a triad. Tri means 3. Add means add them together. That makes a chord. What makes a major chord, if we're talking about a G chord, it is the first note of a G scale, the 3rd note of a G scale, and the 5th note of a G scale. If you know anything about a piano or can go to one, that's easy to see because you skip a white note. You'll play a G, and you'll skip the A, B, C, and D, and you'll skip those. So a G chord has got 3 notes in it. It has a G, it has a B, it has a D, has another G, it has another B, that's the 2nd string open, and then it has another G, which is the top string. So as you notice, some of those notes repeat itself. In fact, you have 3 G's in a G chord. You have the 6th note, the 3rd note open, 3rd string open, and the bottom string. So that is what makes a chord, and that doesn't change if you're talking about a C chord. A C has 3 notes in it. It is the C, the E, and the G. So you got C, D, E, F, G. C, D, E, the 3rd, F, and G. So that is the 1, the 3, and the 5 of a C scale. C, D, E, skip F, and then G. And let's prove that. We have C, 5th string, E is the 4th string, 2nd fret, open, 3rd string, which is a G, and then index finger is on the C note, 1st fret, which is the 2nd string, 1st fret, and then an open E again. That makes a C. that's really all I want to cover in this DVD and book is about basic chord theory, what makes a chord. There's all kind of chords. There's minor chords, there's major 7, there's dominant 7th. We will get into all that. If you have an interest in learning more about music theory, you can buy some more books from ChordBuddy.com that will take you further in your study about music theory. And we'll explain that more in detail in those other books. Well, all right, in closing, I tell you, I'm so excited that we have gone from using the ChordBuddy to not using it, and you are on your way to a lot of fun with music. And that's what I wanted to say. Just in closing, I wish one thing for you, and that is that you will experience the joy, the fun, and excitement that I have in over 40 years of playing the guitar. I wish the same for you. Practice hard and just enjoy yourself and have a ball. One day you'll be picking along just like I am.